Okay, folks, Dr. Freedom, remember there's times some Doctor News some in and around the universe that may or may not excite you, may or not titillate you, may or may not cause you to leap up out of your chair and go, oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm putting a spoiler warning on this one because there are a few things that have popped up that some people might consider to be spoilers. So if you're watching beyond this point, you're on your own. I'm sorry, you were warned. Word is we do have a villain's name, and that is Mistress Savage. Now, whether this is an ongoing villain across the series or just for the episodes filmed in Gosport, we do not know. And yes, there's a line about the Doctor liking to bob for apples. Oh yeah, that's spoilery. Apparently word's going around that they're back filming at MOD Caerwent, and of course that is a Ministry of Defense, that is a military base, so that so nobody's going to be getting anywhere near that filming. Also, apparently someone named Adam Darlington is in episode 4, which calls into question the information. Now, all right, so what they're going on about here is we may have had it wrong that block 1 was episodes 1 and 7. It may have been episodes 1 and 4. So we're going to have to keep our eyes, peeled on the prize. As you heard, we had somebody who's been cast as a mud witch, whatever that is. So interesting news flying around on that front. So we're just going to have to keep our eyeballs open, our earballs open, and all that. So, yeah, some people might consider the Mistress Savage thing, to be a thing. Also, apparently, we do have it, that this episode that was filmed in Gosport is going to be out around Halloween time. It's going to be for Halloween time. So that kind of fits, like Girly Letter says here with the Mud Witch character. So, so also apparently, according to one source of information, I believe it was Ruth or two, apparently they're saying that Yasmin, the character played by Mandip Gill's surname will be Khan. So Yasmin Khan, if that's true. Interesting, weird stuff slowly making its way out into the forefront. All right, now let's go into the one that's really boiling my blood, really making my... Let's just say it's giving me a case of the red ass. I'm not kidding. This has been all over Facebook today. All right, so sit down, strap in, and get ready. This is how it starts. This, folks, is a classic #1 example of clickbait. And here's why. Everybody that was running around, there's at least 3 or 4 groups putting out going, K9's going to be in Series 11 with the new Doctor. No, he ain't. Because the K9 they are talking about was a fan-made prop that was brought to the filming in Gosport so other fans, when they're doing photos on their own, could take pictures with it. That's all it was. There was also a Dalek in Gosport, Gosport. And the thing was that Dalek was very obviously homemade. And if you go look at the Gosport police thing, they had a funny thing about a Dalek being seen out on the streets. And it was there for a out in front of a charity thing, I believe it was. So no, there's no Daleks. There's no K9. Please get off this shit already. I'm sorry. It's driving me bananas. And the Mirror knew by putting this title up, spotted on set with K9, it was going to cause fans to come running in droves like lemmings heading for the cliff. So that way, they get smacked across the head and thrown over, going, ha, 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 we fooled you and got your advertiser money. All right. Now, this one I included here because this is, if you have not watched this video, then please do so. It's from the Gosport filming, and it's a very, very touching moment. That I've talked about it before, where Jodie meets, the young mentally challenged man and all that. And it's just, plus you see some other fans here. And this is just an amazing piece of video. It came up again today. I saw it. I was like, you know what? You people have got to go watch this. This is very, very touching. All right, here's some more filming pics from Gosport. So, and this one, shows you some people in costumes and such like that. Like I said, no sign of the mysterious villain, so don't worry about that. Wham. Okay, over on Doctor Who, these are the novelizations that are coming out, and there's also a new series, Target Book Collection and Signing with Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat, and more. All right, so gives you a little bit more details on that. Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat will be novelizing their own episodes, Rose Day of the Doctor, joined by Paul Cornell, doing Twice Upon a Time, Jenny Colgan doing Christmas Invasion, and James Goss doing, with his first Douglas Adams targets the novelization, Wham Wham Wham, City of Death. So the okay, and more exciting news, there is a launch event for the collection at Forbidden Planet Megastore in London, celebrating their 100th Doctor Who signing. They are hosting the very first signing event for creators Stephen Moffat and Russell T Davies together, and alongside some of the show's best writers, of course, Jodie Whittaker. I just read them. And all right, so if you want more details on all that, wham, 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 please come to here. Great, and I got something caught in my throat. I hate when that happens when I'm in mid-broadcast. All right, Sarah Jane Adventures, and this is just to remind you that if you have not found this already, all of the episodes are currently available on BBC iPlayer. So I thought that's something you might want to go check out. A proper Doctor Who spinoff. All right, moving on. Okay, Black Archive announces a new range editor. They've announced the appointment of Paul Simpson as a new range editor for it. And the Black Archive, if you did not know, is a series of critical monographs on individual Doctor Who stories. And so basically, yeah, they've got a new editor. Big deal. All right, moving on. And oh, sheesh, I just covered this. Let's see if they have some more info though on the signing. So if you don't like their pictures over there on Doctor Who, oh, oops, sorry, look what happened. Oh no, it's good. Why bother? I've already covered it. I forgot to eliminate them. All right, David Tennant will be attending a charity premiere. Now, if you click on this is sometime in March. Let's do it right now. Oh my God, look at this. Oh Lord, it's the 5-minute page load of doom. And it just amazes me because this page is going to load, right? But not one of the, sorry, I knew it was March 31st. That page is going to load, and guess what? There's going to be no advertisement because I have an ad blocker on. So suck it. So if you're interested in attending this, here's some info about it. And there's the website. Tickets are available and cost £36. Pound. 36 pounds. Okay. Also, Faye Marseille is in this thing. So if you're into that kind of thing, wham wham. It's nice to see that David's getting a lot better work than somebody I can mention. All right. But he's going to play Charlie Manson, and he's in The Crown. Not for much longer. All right, moving on. Okay, this was Peter Purves, and was talking about his time on a little bit about Blue Peter, the whole wage gap thing and all that. If you scroll down here, when he was asked about what he thought about Jodie Whittaker, for those who are true Doctor Who fans, you will remember he played Stephen Taylor as a companion for the first Doctor, William Hartnell. Now, I'm only kidding. But so on top of being a Blue Peter presenter, yeah, he was also on Doctor Who way back in the day, for us geriatric Who. Okay. So he goes, when he was asked about, he goes, quote, I think it's very interesting, but I thought, no, give her a chance and see how it goes. I have no preference one way or the other. I think it's an unusual choice, but it's a good choice because she's a good actress. But how well it works as Doctor Who, I'm not really sure. You see, I like that's honesty. People have been going, you've been hyping this show like it's going to be good. You're forcing it down people's throat. No, I'm just saying give it a chance, you closed-minded ass. Instead of sitting there going, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. Out there on the street corner beating your drum right next to the guy with the end of world's nigh, sandwich board sign. And he's standing next to the dude on the soapbox preaching Scientology. It's just, moving on. Doctor Who, Red Dwarf, and Game of Thrones stars. And this is a nice couple of small interviews in it with Colin Baker and Peter Davison because they attended this particular con. So I thought I'd throw it up for you if you want to go read it. There's a little short video that comes with it that'll try to auto-load every time you turn your back. And a lot of people, you shouldn't rush through articles. I'm like, I'd like to give people a chance to read them for themselves every now and then, for crying out loud. Come on. I have some of the most intelligent viewers out there in the universe, and I am quite competent in their literate capacity. Unlike certain other channels who are still beating their chests over a logo and screaming about it as if it had hidden Illuminati subliminal messages that will make their testicles fall off. Oh, Jesus H. Jones, I'm getting... Then again, it's been some of the best unintentional comedy I've watched in a long time, so... Okay. At least since Class. Stone people boinking. All right. Rare Doctor Shada scripts are up for auction. I'm sorry, scripts from the Tom Baker series that never aired are up for sale, and with annotations from the original director, Tennant Robert. So these are long-lost Doctor Who scripts written by Douglas Adams, found 40 years after, that have been found after 40 years, are set to go to auction. So, oh, by the way, if you have not watched Shada, as it's been put in, the animation, I think, is incredible. It's very well done. So, like I said, please go watch, if you've not watched the completed version of Shada. It was magical to me because I had seen it in a couple different ways, between Big Finish Audio as a flash animation thing they did also, and then, some other stuff, and also the one where Tom Baker narrates in the missing bits. And it was just spectacular to see this episode in its entirety. It was amazing. Okay, now this goes into a lot of people, of course we know there's a new logo, you dumbass. No, this goes a little bit more into who did it, and all that. Plus, it talks about the new BBC logo that's being put out. Well, I don't see the big freaking difference, really. So, I thought maybe you guys would want to go take a look at this for yourselves. Gives you a little background on who, why, how, and all that came about. Okay, so once again, we got possible villain named Mistress Savage. We also have mud witches. And also we got mysterious, by the way, there's also apparently a mysterious celebrity guest star. And I've already shown you the photo, I believe, of the guy wearing the plague doctor mask. That's supposed to be who that is. We don't know who that person is. They're deliberately keeping that secret. Yeah, from what I've heard, they're back at MOD Carowent filming. So you're not going to be getting any photos or anything like that this week, especially if they stay out there the whole time. Because, once again, it's a military base, therefore it's private. You can't get anywhere near it unless you want to get shot. So, all right. So that's all I had for you tonight. So everybody take care. Please go. Oh, by the way, one quick side note, because this video is dragging. He's an old man with a freaking video camera. Someone should shoot him. I shouldn't mention shootings, to be honest with you. It's just not been a good time. But on a sadder note, Kevin Smith had a massive heart attack last night. The good news is they were able to get him to the hospital. He's doing fine. He's recovering. He's well. Now, a lot of people, who the hell's that? Kevin, he has nothing to do with Doctor Who. But still, Kevin Smith, created some of the funniest movies I ever watched, like Clerks, Clerks 2, Dogma, just to name a couple off the top of my head. Okay, it's just some really, like, Mallrats. Oh, man, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. All that stuff came from the mind of Kevin Smith, and he's doing well. Like I said, luckily he was doing a show, and then he started feeling funny and all that, and fortunately, he canceled his second appearance, and he was taken to the hospital. And the doctor told him, if you'd done that second show, you'd probably be dead if you hadn't come to the hospital. So it's good to see but you see, it just strikes me hard because Kevin's 47 years old, and I'll be turning 47 in June. And when you start getting a little bit further along in life, you're going to start thinking about how it ends. And I hate to end on a down note like that, but it's true. You start to think about what you leave behind, and it's just, I don't know. I don't want ape shit. I've been like, so yeah, apparently he handled it very well. So just a side note, I don't do the prayer thing. It's not my thing, but keep some positive energy going towards Kevin Smith. So take care. Ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good night. See you on the flip side. Why are you still here? Go away.